Hello, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you that how you can customize your WordPress dashboard from something like this to something like this. So we are going to use a WordPress plugin called WP Adminify, and using that plugin you will be customize all of the pages and all of the options that you have in your WordPress dashboard, including everything. And here you can see that I already have customized some of these options. You can see they have beautiful layout here. You have an option to you have a quick action buttons there, and then you have option to search anything from your WordPress dashboard from there, and then you can enable or disable and switch between the light mode and the dark mode, and then you can view your websites. And this is a beautiful user panel. If you want to learn how you can customize your own WordPress dashboard to something cool like this, let's get started. So the first thing that you have to do is to go to this plugin section, and then you will have to click on this add new button. And once you will click on this add new, this similar layout will appear. Here you will have to search for WP Adminify. This plugin will help us to customize the appearance of WordPress dashboard. This is the plugin that we have to install, WP Adminify WordPress Admin Dashboard Customization Toolkit. I'll click on install now. So once it will get installed, we will then activate this plugin. So now you can see our plugin is activated and it has redirected us to this setup page. Now here it is asking for welcome to future of configuring WordPress. Thank you for choosing WP Adminify, an easier way to set up and manage your WordPress website and blah blah blah. Okay. Also, if you want to see your tutorials, you can click there. No time right now. If you don't want to go through the wizard, you can skip. So we want to go through the wizard, so we'll click on let's go. So once we'll click on let's go, it will automatically enable all of these options. These are their module settings that are for dashboard design UI, folders, login customizer, admin columns, and you can see rest of these settings. Don't worry about them, we'll talk about this in a moment. So I'll click on this continue button here, and then it is asking for design setting. If you want to have the dark mode or the light mode, for now we'll go with the light mode. And then it is asking for the logo type. So our logo type is an image. I want to I want to have a light version, so I choose the light version here. Now it's saying add light logo. I want to add a logo here, so I'll choose my logo. And that should be this one. So I'll use this logo, and for some reason it hasn't selected this. Okay, no worries. Okay, here in the admin footer text you can type in designed by your name or anything that you want. So I'll type in designed by Gazan Farali, and then I'll click on continue. Then here these are settings for the menu. Here it is asking menu types, if you want vertical menu or horizontal menu. Horizontal menu option is available in the pro version. So for now we'll go with the vertical menu, and it is asking for sub menu styles. If you want accordion or toggle, let's say we want to go with classic for now. We'll have a look at all of these options once we'll finish this setup wizard. So I'll click continue again, and now it is The settings for admin bar will keep the way they are saying, and we'll click on continue for now. And then these are some tweaks. If you want to remove generator version, let's have a look at this in the WordPress dashboard actually. And let's just finish off with this wizard. Remove welcome panel. If you want to remove try Gutenberg panel, let's just keep them as no. And the next one should be final step, and this is final step. Next step, go to WP Adminify dashboard or go to WordPress dashboard. Now here you can decide if you want to return to WordPress dashboard, you can click on that, or if you want to choose go to WP Adminify dashboard, simply click on that. So I'll click on go to Adminify dashboard, and voila, our dashboard has changed. So I'll click on skip on this. Okay, here it is still loading, and now it is loaded. Okay, here I'll get rid of this. This is just their banner, and this is a notification for Elementor. So this is the all thing that you have. Now here, that is their logo. You can change this part with your logo, and that is here, that is logo options. If you click on this logo options here, you'll be able to change the color. So you will actually have to add two versions of logos, one for the light mode and one for the dark mode. So for the light mode, I want to choose the image, and then is asking for dark logo. I want to choose the light mode, and this should be an image, and I want to add the logo there. So when this gets loaded, let's select the logo, and I'll click on select button here, and now there we have our logo. You can set the dimensions here, and I'll click on save button here. And now if I refresh this, we should be able to see our logo. Now you can see here is our logo. You can definitely change the height and width of the logo. So for example, I'll go 30 pixels there, and here I'll go 100 pixels, and then I'll click on this save button, and once again we'll have a look at the logo part. So I'll hit refresh again, and let's see how it looks. And now you can see it's looking much better than before. Okay, so here on the top, this is your logo that we have just changed in this logo options. You can also change this logo that says Adminify here, but that comes under the category of white label, and this white label part is actually the part of their pro version. I'll create another video explaining the features that pro version offer, but in this video we are checking the features that their free version offers. So I don't know what's wrong with them. Okay, so here you can see this is the dashboard that you get. This is your logo, and here you have these icon. If you click on that, it will go to this layout, but if you click it back, this will open all of these navigation items that you have in your WordPress dashboard. On the top you have this option to create new post, new media, new page, landing pages, templates, products, order, coupons, or user. These are basically quick buttons or quick action buttons that you can choose to create website. Then here, need help. So basically this is their support button, and then this is caching that I'm actually using Bluehost hosting. So they have this option, and I'm glad that they automatically enable this in appropriate place. Then there you have WPA Adminify options that we will review now. And then there you have a search bar that you can use to search anything in your WordPress dashboard. And then this is a cool thing. This is a switcher. So if I click on this, you can see this turns to dark mode, and if I click it back, this turns to light mode. So for now, let's review it in the light mode. Here you will see the notifications, and this is to view the website. So if you click on this, you can see it should redirect me to the website. And this is the user profile panel. I like the user profile panel most. And also you can set the preferences here. If you want the screen tab to hide, you can click on this. If you want to hide the help tab, you can click on this. If you want to hide the WP links, you can click on this as well. Furthermore, down there you have this quick call to action button, sort of like call to action button. When you hover over it, it opens three options. This one is for new post, and you can use this option to create new page, and you can use this option to add new images or media items into the WordPress dashboard. Okay, now if we go to the left side of our WordPress dashboard, these are just the default settings that we have. The only addition that we got is this WP Adminify settings. So let's just review them for now. So the first setting that we have is this module settings, and this module settings, remember we enabled the Adminify UI, folders, login customizer, and all of these things. So these are basically the core functionalities that WP Adminify offers. When we enable them, so we are enabling all the features that WP Adminify has on our WordPress dashboard. Now what it do is that it customize the WordPress dashboard using all of these settings. Now if we go to this customize settings, you can read about these settings here. I think they already have provided the description of the settings or the modules that they have. So for example, Adminify UI, you can choose WordPress default or Adminify UI for your WordPress dashboard. Default Adminify UI. So by default now is Adminify UI. If you don't like this, simply click on this disable button, and once you will refresh this, it should go back to WordPress default appearance. But for now, we want to use this Adminify UI because that is why we have installed this plugin. Then you have option to create folders. There is one thing, some of you people might be working with a plugin called Happy Files. That plugin helps you create folders for your media files and for your posts and the pages, just to keep the things in an organized way. So for example, I want to create a new folder for some reason. So for example, I want to create different folders for different type of pages. So for example, for the home page, I want a folder, and then I'll be able to upload all of these images in that particular folder so that I can keep the things organized. You can type in the folder name here, and then you can decide what color you want to choose for. And for example, I want to choose a blue color for now, and I'll click on save folder. And once you will click on save folder, here you can see that this folder is created, and then you can upload anything in this folder, literally anything, and that thing should go in here. Now if we go to this post section and this pages section, we should have similar option to create the folders. So it is still loading here. We'll have to wait for it to get loaded. So now you can see here we have the option to create a folder. In this part, you can create folder based on name of categories that you have on your post pages. And the same thing you can do with these pages as well. So for example, I have WooCommerce installed there. What I can do is to create a folder for WooCommerce, and then I'll choose the color and I'll add this folder here. And then what I'll have to do, you can see that I don't have any page there. Then what I can do is to click on this add new button, And then let's try adding a demo page here to see that if it opens in our newly created folder. So I'll disable the full screen mode here. Let's name it as test page. Keep all the other things same. I'll click on this publish button there, and now our page is published. Let's go to all pages, and now if I go to this WooCommerce, it's not showing there. So there must be a setting for that. So that is kind of a glitch that they have, that we have created this test page and they should have shown this test page here. There are some bugs in this plugin, but I believe the original developers are actually working on this plugin and they will get this fixed. But you know that they have the similar option to create folders there that eliminate the need for you to create a third-party plugin such as Happy Files. Now moving forward, you have login customizer page. You can change the login customizer. We'll have a look at this in a moment, but if you want, you can simply click on this login customizer here, and once you click on this login customizer, it should open a login customizer page like this. So this is login customizer, and here they have their templates. So you can choose on templates that you want for your login page. By default we have this, and if you want we can change the color and the template of this just like this. If I go back, if I click on this logo button, we can choose our logo. So I'll choose this logo, and now you can see this logo is updated there. Also, if you want to add a logo link, you can add the logo link there, but if you don't want, keep the way how it is. So let's just increase the width here. So I'm increasing the width, and what it actually is doing is to increasing the width toward the right side. That is not fine. So let's just keep it to default. That was 100 pixels, 100%, sorry. And then if we go back, we have the option to change the background color. You can choose the gradient color, a video, or the slideshow, or anything that you want. And then you have layout option. You can choose the layout. If you want to horizontal alignment towards the left side, you can choose that in the center. And these are all the alignment settings that we have here. Then going forward, we have login form. We can customize the login form there as well. We can adjust the width and height. We can choose their alignments that should be center, and then we have this repeat horizontally and background repeat. Just keep it to repeat horizontally. And Most of these settings will only be available once you have the pro version, so we will review these settings in a new video. So these are for the form fields, so that says username or email address, and this is password, and if you want you can rename them there. So for example, if I only type username, you can see it is saying username only now. So I'll keep it as username or email password, and you can change all these things here. You can also change the placeholders text. So if I remove this from here, this is the placeholder text. You can change this from here. So now you can see we have username and it is showing username here. And you can also change the text for password field as well. And then you can stylize these options. You can change their font sizes, field height, field font size, and other things that you can review yourself. Then you can customize the button, that is this button, and some other things that they have here. Also you can change these credits because now it is showing powered by Adminify. If you want to enable them, keep them enabled, or if you will uncheck this will remove the powered by Adminify from there. So I want to uncheck this from there because I don't want people to know that we are using WP Adminify plugin to customize this page. Once you are satisfied, simply click on this publish button, it will get published, and then we will X mark this button and it should bring us back to where we were. So this was the login customizer. Now we have admin notices panel. We'll have a look at this in a while. Then we have admin column, menu editor, and all the other things. I think the better way is to just have a look at them one by one. So we'll click on this customize button. In this customize button, you can see they already have some pre-built templates there. So for my website, this is kind of like blue color. So let's try something like this. If I click on save, I choose this template and I hit save. And now if I refresh this, now you can see that our dashboard has adopted this color palette. Now this is kind of cool because I don't have to spend a lot of time customizing the style of this dashboard. I can choose what color I want and they will do the rest for me. That is great. So let's just refresh again, and now I have chose the purple color and this is showing in the purple color. Now you can here you can choose the body background. For now it is color and this is the body background color. You can change the color there, but I kind of like the color that we have now, so I don't want to change this color much a lot. You can choose the gradient there as well, but that comes with only pro version. Image, slideshow, and video, these things come with pro version. So in the free version you can only choose the color. These all things is under customize your dashboard color settings. And then the next one that we have is this logo option that I think we already have a look at this. The only thing that I want to mention is that we are currently using the light mode and we have this logo. If we'll switch to the dark mode, we'll have to choose the logo again. So make sure if you want a dark mode, you upload a logo here as well. So for now I'll go with the light mode there. The next thing that we have is this admin footer. That is, you might have remembered that in the setup wizard we have added this text that says designed by Gazantrali. If I remove this text, if I hit save there, once it gets saved, it is still saving. Now it is saved. If I refresh this, if we check it now, it says developed by WP Adminify, powered by WordPress. I want to add my text back here. I like that a lot. Okay, so next thing that we have in the footer section is to disable the footer for user based on their roles. For example, you want to disable this for subscribers or for customers and shop manager. You can decide on the roles of user there who will not able to see this customized dashboard. Then you can choose default WordPress version. Should it show or no? I'll keep it the way it is. So I'll keep it as show. Then you have further option to keep these things or to remove these things. So let's say we'll hide this. This should hide this version, WordPress version 6.2. So I want to kind of like seeing that what version of WordPress I am using. So I'll keep this enabled. You can disable the IP address, PHP version, WordPress version, memory usage, memory limits, and memory available. So let's just disable this as well. And if I save this, and if I refresh this page again, now you can see we do not have those things showing there. The next thing that we have is this menu setting, and unfortunately we have very limited option there. We cannot choose horizontal menus because that is part of their pro version. We can only choose this vertical menu. We are talking about this menus, the menus that are towards the left side. So a sub menu style, it should be accordion or toggle. So if I choose accordion there, and if I hit save, and now if I refresh this, now for example if I click there, you can see it is opening as an accordion. And the same thing is toggle. There is not much of a difference between accordion and toggle there. So for now I'll keep it as accordion. Active menu style, it should be classic or rounded. If I choose rounded there, and now if I refresh this, you cannot actually see a difference there. I don't know. Menu mode, you have this classic mini icon. If you choose mini icon, this will get shrinked and turned to the mini icons toward the left side. And there they are. We have this option. I think I'll have to go to this customize, and if I choose this default version, now you will be able to see that we have these mini icons. And if I choose this rounded, if I hit save there, and if I refresh this, now you can see this is what we have in rounded version. This is not different than what we have in classic mode. So I don't see much of a difference between classic mode and the rounded mode. So let's just keep it as classic for now. Next thing we have is this admin bar. In the admin bar, you can choose the admin bar setting. Enable or disable admin bar includes logo, search, dark light mode, user info, etc. So we are talking about this admin bar here. You can choose what things should appear there. So for example, I want to WP Adminify menu, I want to hide this, and then the comments icon that we have here, I want to just keep that website icon and this feature. I only want to eliminate this WP Adminify menu from here, from this part. So once it gets saved, let's just refresh this tab again. Now this is kind of annoying that I have to refresh the tab over and over again. I think this should have an Ajax load option there. So now you can see that we no longer have this WP Adminify menu there. Next thing that we have is this tweaks option, and this tweaks option you can remove generator version. I don't recommend changing any of these things because I believe some of these things are essential for your WordPress website. but you can go through these things. Like for the feed, I do not use feed on any of the websites, so I'll remove the feed there. Then HTTP response, you can choose the options there, and for the WP-JSON API, you can choose the particular option. You can disable the REST API, control heartbeat API, and so on and so forth. Then for the comments, like for this website, I have a blog page and I require comments there, so I am not disabling the comments there. For the post and archive, I want to have the archive, so I won't be disabling any of these options there. Then you have option for attachments, remove image links, remove default image links, disable attachments, and so on and so forth. Show thumbnails on RSS fields. You can go through these things and decide whether you want to keep them or if you don't want to keep them. I'll go with what they have by default. Then the next thing that you have is this performance. Now this is what I like the most. Now for some of these settings, I remember I was using the plugins that will speed up the WordPress website, but I kind of like that they have this option, enable defer parsing JavaScript to the footer. That helps to load the JavaScript to the footer rather than to load in the header or on the page of the website. Then you can remove Gutenberg scripts because I'm using Elementor page builder on the website. I'm not using Gutenberg, so I can disable the Gutenberg scripts here. You can remove jQuery migrate. You can enable this if you want to remove jQuery migrate script. I don't want to enable this there. And then you can choose cache and gzip compression, and I want to enable this, and then I'll hit save there. And now if I refresh this page, you will not see much of the difference there, but this actually make a difference on your site speed. The next option that we have is this widget settings. In the widget settings, you can choose dashboard widgets, and these are all the dashboard widgets that we are looking at. This dashboard, if I click on this home, we can see the dashboard that we have now. So these are the dashboard widgets, and then we can decide what widgets we want to remove and whether or not will they be visible for administrator, editor, and other user role types. So you can decide on if you want to show them for all of those visitors, and if you want to visible them only for administrator. That is your choice. You can remove unwanted widgets such as element overview, at a glance, activity, recent post. Let's just keep recent post, user activity, system info, search engine, visibility, activity logs, real-time server details, WooCommerce reviews, WooCommerce status. I want to remove this, and this. I'll hit save there. And now if I go back and if I refresh this page again, now you can see some of these widgets are removed. And just like the default WordPress widgets, dashboard widgets, you can always drag and drop these widgets into these columns there. So it's kind of like stuck. So if I refresh this again, we are back with this. So you can drag and drop these widgets and under each other or below each other, just like this. Also, if you want, you can use this option to show and hide widgets as well. WP met stories, and it is gone. So in this way, you can customize your dashboard to fit your needs. So this is how you can customize your dashboard page. Moving forward, we can customize the sidebar widgets as well. The only option that you have here is to disable Gutenberg editor in sidebar widgets. If you are using Gutenberg widgets, that is fine, just keep them enabled. But if you are not using Gutenberg editor, just disable that. So I'm not using Gutenberg editor, so I will click on this disable Gutenberg editor, and now we have more option to choose here. So I'll remove this recent post, recent comments, RSS, meta, block, and so on and so forth. So you can decide on what things you want to remove from the sidebar widgets panel, and that is when you hover over this, when you click on this appearance, then you have an option for widgets there, but just because we have disabled that, it is not showing there anymore. Next thing we have is this admin notices. If you want to display the admin notices based on the roles, you can again decide on that, and then you can hide all admin notices, but that is a part of the pro version. And then you can remove the welcome panel if you want, but I don't want to remove the welcome panel, so I'll keep it the way they is. Then you can remove try Gutenberg panel. If you will click on this, what it will do is to remove the Gutenberg panel. And if I go to these pages, and if I click on this add new, now you can see we have a simple layout, just like the classic editor of WordPress. So this eliminates a need for you to not to use the classic editor plugin from WordPress Respiratory to have the classic options or the classic editing options with WordPress. So the next thing that we have is this module settings, I guess. So you can disable them for these role types, and then you can enable folder for the folders option that we saw in the beginning of the video. You can disable the folders for posts and pages if you want, and you can enable them for media. So for now I don't want the folder option to appear. For my posts and pages, I only want to categorize or to organize the media files based on the folder. So I'll just enable this one and I'll hit save there. Then you can choose post type orders. That is part of the pro version. You can only customize the taxonomies orders in the pro version. This means that you can change the order of your posts and pages. I remember there are third-party plugins that have option to change the orders of your pages, just like simply click on this part and then you can drag and drop it to another place on your pages panel. Then you have post status in column. You can go through these options, and then you have quick menu. These are only when how you create menus in your WordPress dashboard. So quick menu, this is the quick menu. The first option that we have is new post, and then this new page, and then this new media. We cannot add a new quick item. We can only create 3 quick items with the free version. If you want to have more quick items there, you need to get their pro version. And by the way, you can get their pro version from their website, that is wpadminify.com, and here you can review their pricing plans. And then once again we have this option to disable the comments for pages. Now definitely I don't want to get the comments for pages and the landing pages, so I'll remove this from here. Then you can remove comments from redirect to admin. I'll just keep it the way it is, and then you can remove dashboard comments widget. I'll just keep the things the way they are now here. The next thing that we have is this Google page speed. For this you will have to get this Google API key, and you can create your Google API key from Google console.developers.com. It will redirect to this page, console.cloud.google.com, and you can create your own API key for the website. You require the Google API key. Furthermore, they have a documentation there, so you can use this documentation to connect the page speed inside with your WordPress dashboard. Then this thing is very interesting, the duplicate post feature. Now some of you people might working with plugins such as duplicator plugin that duplicates a post and pages. This option eliminates the need of you to install the duplicator plugin. What you can do is to enable the duplicate for pages or the post or the products or the landing pages. By default it is enabled for pages. So if we go to this pages option, you can see we have this option Adminify clone. So let's just click on check this page, test page. If I click on this Adminify clone button, this should clone our test page. Here you can see it has duplicated this page, test page, and it is in the draft. Then going next, we have this activity logs option. You can keep the activity logs data for number of days you want. You can decide the number of days there. Next up we have this asset manager, and here you can decide on if you want to keep these style things or if you want to remove them. I don't want to have the themify icons because I am using Elementor. I do not have icons from Icon Moon, and I do not have icons from Simple Line Icon. I'm using Elementor icons for now, so I will check mark these options, and if you want you can remove these scripts as well. So I'll hit save there. Then here we have option to add custom CSS and custom JavaScript there. By default they have added this JavaScript, I don't know why. And here they have the CSS code that says write admin area CSS code here. So you can add CSS code here, and then here you can add your own JavaScript code there. So this eliminates the need for you to install a plugin for adding the CSS code and the JavaScript code to your WordPress website that you were using. Next option that we have is white label option. This option is you can use when you want to change this logo from there as well. So if you want to have the more personalized experience and you want to have your website logo there, you need to buy their pro version, and this option is only available for agency user or higher plans. And this is their agency plan, and next one is the enterprise plan. Next up we have backup option. You can export and download the backup, and you can use the same layout settings for another website. And what you will have to do is to click on this import button, and you can choose the file that it will create, and you can upload that file. Then toward the left side you have these dashboard widgets again. You can add more dashboard widgets on this dashboard page. Now you can see I have removed some icons, disabled icons, and now they are not showing fine. So I'll have to go back in the asset manager. I want to keep simple line icons and icon moon and themify icons. I'll hit save there. And now if we'll go back to dashboard widgets, now you can see we are able to see these icons again. By the way, you can add more widgets to your dashboard screen, which is this one. You can add more widgets to this dashboard screens if you want from there. So once you will click on this add new widget, you will have to add in the widget title, and then you can choose the icon, videos. This is content type, and then you can choose widget position if it is side or normal, and so on and so forth. I do not want to have a custom widget, so I'll remove this. Next thing we have is custom CSS and JavaScript. Again, if you want to use the tracking code like Google Ads tracking code, you can use this option here, and you can add the CSS code and the JavaScript code there. So once you click on this JavaScript, it will open this JavaScript panel and you can type in your JavaScript code. And once you click on CSS, this will open the CSS code panel and you can type in your CSS code there. Then here you have option to decide where you want to display your code. Do you want to display it on the footer, before the content, or after the content? That is part of their pro version. And if you want to display that code on the entire site, for all the other options that they have, you have to get their pro version. Next up we have is this sidebar generator option. You can add more widgets to your sidebar if you want. I don't think this is very suitable option for me, so I won't add anything there. Next thing we have is this server info option. And the server info, this is simply showing you the server details that you have. Next up we have is notification bar. This will take us to the customizer page again. And here we have this notification bar. So you can customize the things here. If you want to enable the notification bar there, you can enable it. I think this is the notification bar. Yeah. So this is the notification bar that says we use cookies to ensure that you have best experience. So this is basically like a cookie consent. If you want to enable this, you can enable this, but for now I do not want to have a cookie consent there, so I'll remove this from there. I'll publish this and I'll go back there on the dashboard. Then the next stuff we have is this menu editor. Sorry, we have this page speed inside. Again, you can analyze your website, but you will only be able to analyze the website once you will create the page speed inside key from the Google console and integrate that key in this plugin. Next up we have login customizer. We already have customized the login page. And next we have this admin columns tab. So here you can customize and change the admin columns. So for the post, for example, you want to rename this from title to anything else, you can change them here. Categories, or you can name it as post categories. Tag, folders, and other things. You can see it is changed there. We only want to keep the categories there for now. And then you have option to drag and drop and change their orders as well. Then you have an option for menu editor there, and you can edit the menus directly from there. These are these menus that you have in this left panel. So the first menu that we have here is this Bluehost. If I bring it down, it's not allowing me. Okay, so you can choose a custom icon for that, and then you can rename these menus and everything, but I think you can reorder them. So here is dashboard. If I hit save there, settings saved, and now if I refresh this, now you can see dashboard is on the first place and Bluehost got right under the dashboard. The next thing that we have is this activity logs again. This shows you the activity that you have on the WordPress dashboard. So as you can see, it is recording all the activity that we have, showing the IP address, post types, the label, actions, and the description, and blah blah. Next up we have this setup wizard that we already been going through in the beginning of the video. So in some cases you might not get the setup wizard. If you don't get, don't worry, simply hover over this WP Adminify and simply click on this setup wizard, and it will load the setup wizard for you, and then you can go through all of these settings just the way we did in the beginning of the video. So I'll click on this note right now, and next up we have this affiliation link. If you are a content creator or you are a digital marketer and you want to promote their products, you can become their affiliate by simply clicking on this become an affiliate. You will fill out all of these information from there, and then you will have to apply to become an affiliate. Next up you have this contact us option. You can contact their support from there. If you are having any technical issues after activating this plugin, you can contact their support always. Then you have this support forum option. So this is their support volume, and you can go through some of these topics that they already have. So this is all in this video. I hope you like this video, and I hope you have learned something new, and I hope you will be able to customize your own WordPress dashboard from something boring to something very cool. If you like this video, consider hitting the subscribe button, and please hit the bell icon as well so that you will always get notified whenever I upload a new video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you very much.